Hello. This is a video I wanted to make to kind of show you the course website, give you a handle on the structure of the website and some of the basic features that it has that you'll need to know in order to be successful in the class. So you can see on the screen here, I've gone to the sociological theory D2L page. And on the very first page you can see everything is kind of laid out right there for you. The most important thing to keep up with and to understand is the content browser. There you can see the syllabus. There's a whole host of other things. This is where you can access the quizzes, the assessment quizzes. You can also access instructions for the assignments, some extra things that I put on there that I thought might be of use as you study these theorists, and then a grade calculator that you can use to kind of calculate what your current grade would be and what you need to get really on the other grades in the class. But the most important thing about the content browser is that you can kind of see the structure of the course itself. The course is structured into a set of modules. We have an introduction to the course and then 3 basic modules covering each of the 3 major classical sociological theorists that we're talking about in this course. And you can click onto any of these modules and you'll be able to see and access links to all of the videos as well as all of the any additional articles that you'll need for that particular theorist or that module. So here you can click on the introduction to the course and you can see, for example, a link to the video about the course, which I'm sure all of you have already watched. You should have watched by now. As well as the link to the video for next week's class that covers the sort of core of classical theory. Gives an overview of the class and what we'll be talking about. And then you can see a module for Durkheim, a module for Marx, and a module for Weber. You can click on the quiz links and that will take you to any quizzes that are available. You should be taking the syllabus quiz now if you have not already done so. But that's the basic, that gives you basically links to the entirety of or much of what you're going to need in this course. Let's just do a real quick. You can click on the assignment instructions and there you can see the instructions that are there for your film analysis paper as well as your final theoretical reflections paper. And I've also provided videos, instructions that go over them as well. So you should take a minute at least at some point and really peruse all of those different modules. Make sure you can access them. Make sure that you understand what's inside of them. Some links to some videos and other things that I find particularly useful in thinking about and studying sociological theory. Those are just extra resources, and I make note of, I just sort of add to that bank of resources as I go and whenever I find something useful. I should say, if you find anything that you find particularly useful as well, I would love to get that from you, and you should send that to me. And if I agree that it's a useful resource, we can put it up onto the web page as well, up onto the D2L page. Some of the other features here, I'm looking actually in the student view, so this is what you guys should see. You'll notice there's 11 quizzes not attempted yet. You'll probably see that as you go through the semester. Those are all of the learning quizzes that you'll have to take as we go. I leave those open for the entirety of the semester because you can take and retake them as needed. A note about that you need to understand is I will take whatever the highest grade is that you received on those learning quizzes. So take them as many times as you want and need. They are for you to get acquainted with and understand the basics of the particular theorist that we're talking about and the ideas for that particular week. So please make use of those. And you cannot take them too many times. Even if you made a 100 and you want to go back to that quiz weeks later and take it again, if you make a 75, I'm still going to take the 100 because that was your best effort on it. So use those as a learning tool. But there you can see them all listed out. There's a couple more that I note that I need to add. as we go, but I will add them as needed in the semester. A few other things: you can access the assignments and the quizzes through the toolbar assessments. There you can go and see a listing. It'll take you to a listing of all of the quizzes. Again, there's the learning quizzes, there's the syllabus quiz that you'll need to be taking. And as the assessment quizzes open up, they will be added to that. Let's see the assignment tab. You can go in and see what the assignments are. And I will fix this up. I can see some of those that are not that we will not be using, but you can see links for the film analyses, which are the core of the class and for your final paper. What else is on here? Let's go back to the home page. You should take note that there's a calendar that runs along the side, reminding you of upcoming events in the class. So you can see all the dates for the learning quizzes are over there. You will also be able to see as I open up the syllabus, or as the assessment quizzes come up, you can see those as well. So you should make sure to keep up with the calendar, and you should, if you haven't already, set up your phones or your emails to receive notifications for when new things are added or when you have things coming up. That will help you tremendously. The discussion boards. We're going to be having discussions on a weekly basis starting in a couple of weeks. I've already put together all of the forums that we'll be using, so you can see all of the forums and all of the threads that are going to be used. You will be organized into small groups for these discussions. You will have each week a different person in your group, which will have 4 people in each group. Each person is going to have an opportunity to lead the discussion, and so it rotates, and you can look on the assignment instructions and you'll see the rotation schedule for that. In the coming weeks, I'll give each person in the group a number, and so you can use that to know when you're going to be the discussion leader and when you're going to be a responder or a synthesizer. So each person will have a responsibility in those discussions. But again, these will be small group discussions. And you will go to the discussion board in order to access those threads. Let's click on a few other links and just see. You can see what the structure of these various groups are. So we've got 6 groups of 4, and you should be able to go in and find who your group is. Just as an example, here is one group: Shamanika Harper, Kisa Hazel, Kiera Henley, and Shayla LaRussa. So that will be one group. They will be having a discussion, and again, read the assignment instructions for how we do those discussions, and you can again see, and I'll perhaps post a video focused on just that particular question. So that's the basic toolbar. You get notifications up here, which you should have knowledge of through your other classes as well. But one of the main things, again, I wanted you to see in this was the structure of the class and how to access each of the different modules. And you really need to stay on top of those modules. Each week we're going to be doing readings, watching videos, having discussions, and then having learning quizzes that are required components of the class that you need to be engaged in. I will send announcements from time to time, and here you can see the first announcement that I sent out yesterday. Do also look out for various announcements. I will post announcements that kind of synthesize discussions that we've been having, or that key you into certain things you need to know about for the class. So be aware of that as you go. Okay, I think that kind of wraps it up for the course website. Again, if you have any questions, please send me an email. If you want to call my phone, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me, come by my office. I know this is an online class, but I hold office hours, and I would love to meet each of you in person, and I'd love for you to come by, even if you want to just come by and say hello. That would be great. And I look forward to the semester, and let me know if you have any questions.